Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Torrential Tom. I am your host, Torrential Tom, on this lovely November 10th evening. We start the evening off with a report on the tropics, which is remaining quite busy. We have Tropical Storm Eta still out in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, newly formed Theta in the eastern Atlantic Ocean, and then we have an area of interest just south of Puerto Rico. National Hurricane Center has given it a 10 to 20% chance of development for the next 48 hours, a 80 to 90% chance over the next 5 to 7 days as it moves into a more conducive environment for development. Current stats of Tropical Storm Eta as of 7 p.m. Eastern Time, winds of 60 miles per hour, pressure of 989 millibars, moving north at 7 miles per hour. Tropical Storm Theta, current as of 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. in Greenwich Time, max winds of 70 miles per hour, pressure of 989 millibars. We move to our current watches and warnings, and Tropical Storm Eta still has Tropical Storm Watch for Cuba, Tropical Storm Watch for the parts of the Gulf Coast of Florida, and then we have a Tropical Storm Warning for the westernmost island of the Florida Keys. A very small wind field on Eta, as you can see from that orange dot around its current location. We move to Eta's visible satellite. You can see a lot more organized than she was last night. The cloud cover is a little bit more symmetrical around the center of the storm. Not as much dry air being filtered in today, but we will see in a couple of slides that there is still some dry air which is hindering a rapid development of this system. You could also see most of why southern Florida is not in the watch and warning area is because not much of the showers and the winds are affecting Florida as much today. We move to the infrared satellite, and you can see again the organization's a bit better today. You see some darker colors there in the center. It's a little bit more symmetrical. It's a stronger tropical storm, but not expecting Theta to become a hurricane and develop any more significantly. We move into our water vapor satellite now, and you can still see there's some dry air on the western edge of Theta, which is kind of filtering in to the system, but again, not much significant development is expected of this system as the dry air continues to hinder it a bit. We move to our GFS models, the American model. The current position, you can see Theta down here in the eastern Gulf, north of Cuba. Eta, you can see Theta in the eastern Atlantic. We move into Wednesday evening, tomorrow evening. You can see Eta has moved a bit to the north. Now a bit more shower activity going on in western Florida. This is where the tropical storm watches are issued. Again, very small wind field, so unless you are in those showers, not much areas will be experiencing breezy conditions. Theta, again, still out here in the eastern Atlantic, posing no threat to land. And you can see in our area a trough which has given quite some snow to the northern Midwest. Winter storm warnings are up, and there's some severe thunderstorms in the Chicago area and in Michigan tonight. That'll be crossing through our area tomorrow, giving us some showers, locally heavy showers, a potential of 1 to 2 inches of rain between tomorrow and Thursday in our area. We continue to Thursday. Again, Eta's out there in the Gulf of Mexico, possibly making landfall finally in the panhandle of Florida. The high pressure, which has been giving us our warm weather and our beautiful weather, is moving further east. Our shower activity will continue, and again you can see Theta out there still in the eastern Atlantic, posing no threat to land. And then you can see down here where my mouse cursor is, there's a red L. That is a wave developing into possibly a closed low circulation, and that could become our next tropical storm. What's that name, potentially? The next Greek name? That would be Tropical Storm Iota. And again, you can see that storm is strengthening a little bit down here, which matches the National Hurricane Center's forecast, showing that an 80-90% chance of this storm developing. Again, you can see high pressure moving on in. This is Monday of next week. High pressure moving in again, and some warmer temperatures in our area. Now we move to our local forecast. Today we currently we are at 63 degrees. Again, we hit the 70s. So the warm weather continued as that high pressure in the Atlantic was filtering that warm air from the south to our area. South winds from the south, at 3 miles per hour. Pressure was 1019. Again, showing that the high pressure is dominating our region's weather. Tomorrow, as I've mentioned from the weather forecasts, from the models, rain showers, potentially heavy at times, 1 to 2 inches expected between tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow's high, we're back in the 70s, 71 degrees, a low of 56. Thursday, shower activity, again, high. We're reaching the 60s, 63 degrees, but that red arrow signifies that the temperatures are actually going to be dropping throughout the day. That high temperature will be reached in the morning, and then our winds will shift from out of the north, which will give us some cooler temperatures. We'll have a low of 46 degrees. I will check in with you guys a little later in the week with an update on the tropics and our weekend forecast. For now, have a wonderful night and have a wonderful Wednesday.